I'm Jay Perrin. I was born in Lowell, Massachusetts, hailing from Nashville, New Hampshire. I fight out of Sityodtong, Boston, here in Somerville, Massachusetts. I feel great, man. I haven't been sore. I think camp's gone perfectly, to be honest with you. There really hasn't been anything but improvement that's gone from here. A lot of learning has taken place for me as far as like my body and how I should train and how to do it effectively without injuring my body to the point where I can't train. I listen to my body more now, and so like as time has gone on, I've just improved. My cardio is better than it's ever been. I can push a pace that's harder than most people can withstand. I feel better than I ever have. I don't wake up sore. I don't wake up anything. I feel primed and ready, and I've given my body the time that it needs to really develop and be where it's at. So I feel I'm in perfect shape. I could go 3 or 4 more rounds that we did today. Pretty much, it's a lot of it is I would go balls to the wall every single day. Like I pride myself on my work ethic. I work really hard. That's why I can talk as much shit as I do, because I believe that I work harder than anybody. And sometimes it's not always about working harder; it's about working smarter. You know what I mean? So there were days in certain camps where my body would just be heavy. I couldn't really move very well. My mind was telling me to do things, but my body couldn't react because I never gave myself enough time to actually rest and like give my body the proper time to heal itself before I went back and tore it apart again. So we've taken that approach and really given me and my body, we have a rest day. There used to be a time where when I fought for my last Bellator fight, and I happened to lose that fight, and I take that like a man. There was a day where I couldn't lose weight the week before. I was just not losing anything, and from what I was told, it was just I worked my body to a point where it just held on to anything that it could, because I was just burning the candle at both ends. The best, double, triple sessions every day, no rest. I wouldn't even sleep very well, so it would be just constant hammering on myself, and then my body just said, no, I'm not letting anything else go. And it was an awful weight cut. We made weight, but it was just really hard. So we've learned from that since then to just really work consistently instead of balls to the wall one day, not really have a productive day the next, balls to the wall the next. You know what I mean? It's always been productive every single session. So it's been good.
Get out during 39, we're going to make this announcement in front of the pins, like super loud, super intimate crowd. What was like going through your mind? What was that moment like?
Oh, goddamn time. It's about time, you know what I mean? I've been calling for it since January. Now, now let me just clear this shit up before like all of this happens, all right? There's this thing going around that I said that I didn't want to fight Johnny out the gate, and that's outlandish. That's stupid. Why wouldn't I want to fight him? He's a bloated up 25er that fights bums. You know what I mean? Like, why am I afraid of him? I said in January, I'll fight you. I said to prove, because it's my first fight, if you want me to, I will fight another person to just prove myself as a contender. Yeah. That wasn't, I don't want to fight Johnny. Yeah. Once in January, they had us in the cage, square up, like, let's do it in April. I remember that quote. It's on video. Yeah. Let's do it in April. So I thought, I went up to Michael Pulver. This is not a shot at him at all. I went up to Michael Pulver at the after party after. I said, so did we set up a title fight? And what he told me was that Cupcake said that it doesn't make sense for him to fight a top 10 35er if he's just going to go down to 25. To which I said, okay, if he's going to vacate, then vacate, but I want to fight for the title. Johnny thinks he's special, and he's not. He's not special at all. He just has what I want. Yeah. That's it. He thinks that he's got this like aura about him that I'm obsessed about, and I'm not. He could be a homeless dude on the street for all I care. But he's got my belt. That's it. You know what I mean? It could be anybody in the world.
Yeah.
If you have my belt, I want it. You know what I mean? This whole notion that I didn't want to fight Johnny in April is absurd. In fact, I think it's the other way around. So that's just me. That to clear that up.
What would it mean to have that 35-pound title? You said, if you think it is yours, what would it mean to have it?
It exponentially helps my career. How doesn't a pro title help you? You know what I mean? You can have a great record. You know, you could be 20-1, but if you don't have a title anywhere, people are gonna be like, why are you 21? You know what I mean? So having a belt, meaning that you were the best in one promotion at a weight class, infinitely helps you in any way, shape, or form. You know. Also, I've never had a belt. You know, I watch a lot of people get belts that I don't think are better than me, and they have belts, and I'm like, why haven't I gotten a belt? You know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like it's to save certain people. Sometimes it's, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm a bad matchup for anybody that you put in front of me. There's nobody in this region that's just gonna whoop my ass. No, you're not. Like, stop it. Don't be silly. You know what I mean? That's stupid. That's a silly thing to think. So, you know, for me, it means a lot because, you know, I come from a fighting family. So I come from a long line of Irish boxers, and I'm really the last one in my family that is fighting. So to bring home a belt, like a world title, you know what I mean, would mean a lot to just my family's legacy. You know what I mean? If I am the last fighting Ryan, as we call ourselves, then I'd like to have that. You know what I mean? To say, you know what, we were some of the best in the world at something everywhere. So to me, it means a lot to me and my family and just where I'm from. You know what I mean? A lot of people where I come from, they're poor, they don't have a lot, you know what I mean? We really just only have each other. I come up with a real group of friends and we've all struggled the same way and we've held each other up, and if one of us makes it, others can follow. And I like to be an example for people. So the whole reason for me fighting so hard mostly is because I want people to realize that I'm just another dude from, you know, the same place that, you know, you're from. You're from the ghetto, I'm from the ghetto. Why does it make us any different? You know what I mean? I just found something I like to do and I worked really hard at it. And if I can do it, then you can do it. You know what I mean? And I think a belt really solidifies that. You know, I feel like sometimes I give a lot of people a lot of hope for whatever reason. Do you know what I mean? And it warms my heart for that because I'm just doing something I love to do. Do you know what I mean? If it helps you, then that's amazing to me. You know, if I can continue to do that, then absolutely. You know, I'm a kid that struggled growing up. You know, didn't have the worst life, but I didn't have a great one either. You know, so. It's mostly, you know, it solidifies that I believed. All I did was believe, you know, and even when things were tough, I believed, and I have this now. Nobody can take this from me. I did this, you know. So that's kind of what it means to me. I've worked for a really long time to show people that if you just believe in yourself and you keep working, no matter what anybody says, just keep going, you can get wherever you want. And that's what this means to me. So with that motivation, there's nothing that can really stop me. In my heart, that's how I feel. I feel like all the stars have aligned.
Yeah.
I feel like my life, or whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, just life in itself, has tested me tenfold, you know, a lot over the years. And I've never stopped. It didn't bother me. You know, it might have knocked me down for a little bit, but I got back up. And I feel like now is my time. It's finally given me the chance to get what I want. You know what I mean? You have to go through trial by fire before you get anything. Nothing comes easy. And if it does, you got lucky. I don't come from a place where lucky is a thing, you know, so I think now this is it. This is it for me. This is my chance. I've worked for a long time for this, and people don't see it. You know, people see that my opponent has a lot more fights than me, but that doesn't mean anything. What does that mean? After a certain amount of fights, you've been in fights, you know, it doesn't really matter. You know, this is my 10th. He's got 25. Okay, but once you hit 10, it doesn't really matter, you know, so I just believe in myself, you know what I mean? I've come too far for me to not do everything that I can. I can't give up. I've sacrificed too much, you know, memories, relationships, you know, I've gone hungry, I haven't slept, you know, I've given up good jobs, you know, to be here. I'm broke, man, you know what I mean? And but I still do this because, you know, money doesn't mean anything to me. This makes my soul feel good, you know? And I think that's what makes me successful, is that I do what I love to do. My mentality about it is different, you know, and when I get in a fight, people are like, holy shit, I have to go a full 15 or a full 25. To me, I'm like, I only get 25 minutes to show you what I love to do for so long. What's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, I only get that time, so in that time, I want to show you everything. You know what I mean? I want to show you everything that I can do. And that's what helps me, you know what I mean? That mindset of, you only get 25 minutes, so you got to work. You know, you got to get to work. So Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Having everybody behind me, you know, it's something I haven't had until I came here. So people are backing me, people are behind me really well, and it feels really good. You know what I mean? I'm usually the bad guy. So to come to a place that treats me like family, you know, they open me with open arms. You know, Crew Mark's been amazing. Andy Cote is one of the most dedicated coaches in New England, bar none. It's not even comparable. I have people from Junico and PMA and, you know, everywhere that come up here and help me, you know what I mean, and Triforce. And so I'm really appreciative of those guys, you know, even though, you know, one day we could cross paths, that doesn't mean that, you know, we can't help each other out. So I'm really appreciative of everybody. I like to be considered, I like to lead the way when people are, you know, down in the dumps. So I've tried to make myself, I've only been here for 3 years, but I've tried to do my best to become a leader and lead everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It means a lot to me that people look up to me here, outside of here. You know, it's weird, but I like it. Shout out to a couple of my sponsors, TKO, Physical Therapy. It's Christina Mosher. If you look her up on Facebook, she's great. She's helped me through everything. I wanted to shout her out. She does everything she can, gives me, you know, after work, massages me down, make sure my body is working well. Primed and Ready Meals, Barbie Farland is his name. He's a great guy. He's helped me out a tremendous amount. He's been helping me with my meal prep and everything like that. So if anybody needs meal prep, go to him. Title Boxing, obviously I work there. I'm one of the head trainers there now. If you want to sign up, go to Nashville, look for me. But yeah, them, and I think that's it. That's obviously Team Sityodtong, Crew Mark, everybody here. This is the team to beat, man. We're not playing around. We come for hell. We got world champions, we got amateur champions. We're gonna have another belt. We got tons of belts on those walls, so we're gonna get some more. This is the best team in New England, and I believe in it. So watch us then. Cage Titans, CES, doesn't matter where we go.